Sean Haney here with realagriculture.com, and right now I am joined by Rob Smith. He is the co-chair of the Canadian Angus Association. Welcome today, Rob. How are you doing?
Thank you, Sean. I'm doing very well.
Well, Rob, spring is off to a kind of a warm start, but we're going to talk about maybe the heat of August. And in August, we've got a new conference that people in the beef industry should know about and might be thinking about attending.
We do, and we definitely want people to be thinking about it and thinking about making their way to the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for August 9th to the 11th. And if they want to come a day early, there's even an event that will be taking place on Monday the 8th that we can talk about too. Going back to about a couple of years ago when the 5 national industry organizations, Canada Beef, the Canadian Beef Breeds Council, the Beef Cattle Research Council, Canadian Cattlemen's Association, and the National Cattle Feeders Association started working on the new national beef strategy. 4 of those organizations decided, one of the things that we need on an annual basis is a holistic conference, convention that brings all of the links in our value chain, all the components of our sectors, all of those producers and farmers and ranchers and feeders and packers all the way along, and have the opportunity to promote the strategy and bring people together from a networking education perspective. And thus was born the inaugural Canadian Beef Industry Conference. And they decided that they thought August was probably the best time to do it so that it could perhaps piggyback on some people's vacation strategies or vacation plans. And so it will be at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino Tuesday, August the 9th, through Thursday, August the 11th, with an Alberta Beef Producers pre-tour that's actually taking place on Monday the 8th.
Now, I've heard a few people reference it this way, that the goal here long-term is, for any of our listeners that have been to the NCBA in the U.S., the kind of the vision here is to create a all-inclusive Canadian industry meeting, conference, get-together that is sort of similar to that meeting. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right, Sean. If you take a look at the new national beef strategy, one of the key components that they've got is connectivity. And I think that actually the production of the Canadian Beef Industry Conference is a very, very big step in enhancing the synergies within industry and connecting positively with producers as well as public and government and partner industries, and perhaps to a certain degree even some consumers through the creation of this event. NCBA is, in my opinion, kind of the pinnacle of what the American sector moves through in a year. When you have the opportunity to be at one of their NCBAs in late January, early February, you truly are connecting with every link in their value chain, every component of their industry. And I learn a tremendous amount. I make a tremendous amount of contacts. And I have just always said, wouldn't it be great if we could have a similar type of event in Canada? Now, our inaugural CBIC is a long ways away from the success of NCBA, which is an event that attracts often upwards of 6,000, 7,000 people on an annual basis. But if you actually consider the fact that our country and our industry rests at about 10% of what the American involvement is, I actually think that we're going to see quite possibly that percentage of people attending CBIC in Calgary this August. Just knock a zero off those NCBA numbers, and I actually think we could come pretty close to that in our inaugural year. So we're very, very excited about the program that's been put together and the ability to bring folks together in one central place to talk about all sorts of things, both issues as well as solutions.
Well, if you've been feeding cattle at all in the last several years, you'll feel right at home in a casino, because that's what it's felt like feeding cattle as of late. But the Grey Eagle is a great spot to have a meeting. Are you going to have a number of keynote speakers and things like that, or will it just be a lot of more political kind of discussions? What's going to take place?
Well, I would say that actually, Sean, both are happening. For the people that are motivated by the work of our national committees, they will be having meetings, committee meetings and strategy meetings. But if that isn't your interest, one of the things that we've really spent a lot of time on and we think is truly the one of the two probably greatest benefits of the event taking place are the sessions that we've put on and the speakers that we've got focusing on them. So the four pillars of the new national beef strategy is our connectivity, productivity, competitiveness, and beef demand. And so each of Wednesday and Thursday morning, what would be the 10th and the 11th of August, we actually have speakers that are brought in that are speaking specifically to those components of our industry and actually those components of Canada's national beef strategy. Again, connectivity, productivity, competitiveness, and beef demand. And some of them are individual speakers, some of them are panel speakers that again are kind of representative of those various links in the value chain, all the way from the genetic decisions of how what you're looking for a bull to mate to your cows, all the way through to the quality of that eating experience on the plate. So that's kind of the way the mornings are set up. The afternoons are actually set up with a number of concurrent sessions, or breakout sessions, so that people will be able to pick and choose what stream and which of those options that they want to go to. So we really are working on a program and think that we've landed on the topics. We're just finalizing all the speakers now that will truly ensure that there is something for everyone, whether you are a genetic provider, like a purebred seed stock producer or a cow-calf person, or someone who actually works in the auction mart industry, or whether you're a feeder, or whether you're actually one of those folks that populates our packer groups.
Well, Rob, realagriculture.com is going to be on location. I think Deborah and I are going to be there in a little bit of a set-up studio, interviewing different delegates and some of the speakers, and we're looking forward to it. If somebody wants more information on the conference or to register, where do they go?
Well, we definitely want to drive everybody to our website, which is CanadianBeefIndustryConference.com, and it's spelled not at all unlike how it is said. It is all those words, all just rolled together, CanadianBeefIndustryConference.com. And actually, Sean, to your end, we're very excited to be able to have you folks on site and look at Real Ag as a very, very important part of what we've got going on with the Canadian Beef Industry Conference inaugural event, August 9th to 11th this year.
Well, Rob, we're really looking forward to it, and thanks a lot for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Sean. We appreciate your involvement and look forward to a great event in August.